but didn't say explicitly that the U.S. supported what Israel was doing. So that's how I started a very brief conversation. And he responded by saying, quote, "We, of course, support Israel, obviously, and supported it like nobody has ever supported it." And then he went on to say this: "Iran should have listened to me when I said, I gave them, I don't know if you know this, but I gave them a 60-day warning, and today is day 61. And then he said they, meaning Iran, should now come to the table to make a deal before it's too late." And then he said something really noteworthy. He said, "The people I was dealing with are dead, the hardliners." To which I just wanted to underscore, so what you're saying is Israel has now killed the people who you were dealing with, and he said very sarcastically, they didn't die of the flu, they didn't die of COVID. It was a brief conversation, but my takeaway was twofold. Number one, they are really hoping that instead of escalating the situation, which is what most people, our terrific reporters and analysts you've been talking to all morning, believe is possible, even probable, he's hoping that instead of that, this forces Iran to come to the table. We'll see if that's going to happen. He also, he made clear he understands that it could escalate, but he is hoping now that Israel has done what it's done, that it takes another turn and de-escalates. We'll see.
It sounds like such an interesting conversation, though brief, and you hit on what seems to be emerging as one of the key questions here, especially based on what Secretary of State Marco Rubio said almost immediately after the attacks began, which was basically this was Israel acting unilaterally. It's one thing if President Trump says this morning that he supports Israel. It's another if he signed off, as it were, on the attacks yesterday, and it's still hard to tell where that line is, Dan.
He definitely, it's such an important point, John. He definitely did not say, I signed off on this.
So for a while now, Trump has been having meetings with high-ranking officials in Iran about their nuclear program, and from what Trump is saying, most of the people that he was having meetings with, most of the people that he was negotiating with and in talks with, most of them are dead now. As you guys probably already heard, Israel started striking Iran late last night, and these attacks were being planned for a very long time. And these are very intricate attacks. Everyone's talking about the missile strikes, the air strikes. But Israel also had Mossad agents on the ground carrying out assassinations and you name it. A very devastating attack, something I've never seen before in my lifetime. The way they were able to infiltrate Iran, take out some of their leading nuclear scientists and everything within like the first hour of this war. And I call it a war because that's what this is. Now, as we speak, Iran is striking back against Israel. Of course, Israel has a very good missile defense system, but they're not able to intercept every drone and every missile that Iran fires. So some of them are hitting their targets. And I was just watching Fox News a minute ago. They have reporters out there on the ground, and they had to move everything. They had to get out of the area because some of these strikes were hitting very close to their reporters and camera crew. I want to go ahead and roll this news clip really quickly so you guys can see what I'm talking about, and then I'll be right back with more thoughts.
An indication, and I can see interceptors coming off from all directions. We don't know exactly how many missiles have been fired by the Iranians, but this is Israel's second largest city, a population of 300,000 people. And right now they are headed, and you're seeing an interception right there, up to the sky, Yaniv. Just stay with us. We just need to be calculated here. We're good here, and we are going to, okay, so right now what we are seeing, Sandra, is Israel's missile defense systems, likely along with American systems, working to intercept incoming ballistic missile fire. This is the attack that the Israeli army warned about. We spoke with officials before we started this live report, and they said they actually had to cut short a statement by Israel's top spokesman because they got some information that this attack was about to be underway. These sirens that you hear off in the distance, again, are used to warn the population to get into shelters. And we're just going to wait and see what information we can gather about this. And we have a statement right now, Sandra, from the IDF, and I'm just going to read it to you in real time. A short while ago, sirens sounded in several areas across Israel following the identification of missiles from Iran toward the state of Israel. The public is asked to follow the instructions of the Home Front Command. At this time, the Israeli Air Force is operating to intercept and strike where necessary to eliminate the threat. It's essential to continue following the instructions of the Home Front Command. And so, again, the Israelis are operating in real time not only to strike the missile launching positions inside of Iran, but also to shoot down any of that fire. And they will use the defense systems on the ground, but also fighter jets if there are any sort of drones that are flying toward Israel to try to distract the air defense systems. But it gives you a sense. Okay, and I'm going to have my cameraman go back to the skyline here, and you're going to see more interceptor rounds coming off over Tel Aviv. The Iranians are targeting major population centers in Israel, again, in response to the operation overnight that took out a number of IRGC officials. And we can see flashes in the skies over Tel Aviv. Just pull out of this shot here a little bit, Yaniv, and I'm just going to talk to my cameraman while we're talking here. So there are some interceptors. Okay, there are interceptors coming in off the sea, and you're going to see some in the distant skyline. There's a missile, and it is headed down. So some of this I can already see, John and Sandra, is not being intercepted. We just saw one of the missiles. Okay, and there's an interception right over Tel Aviv. Pull out here, Yaniv, and you're going to see the trail. Just listen here. Okay, this is some short-range systems. Stay here, Yaniv. Pull out a little bit. Okay, there's just a massive amount of fire coming to Tel Aviv right now. Yaniv, get ready to pull it off the stick. Get off the sticks. All right, let's go. Time to go. Okay. Guys, come on. Everyone move. Everyone move now. Stay with us. Stay with us. Pick up the gear. Let's go.
All right, so there you can see, I mean, this has happened again. We've seen this before, but this is a barrage of missiles.
Now, the question on everyone's mind is, will America be involved in this? Will American troops be involved in this, folks? America has been involved in this since the beginning. Will U.S. troops be involved? Yeah, they already are. As we speak, our fighter pilots are in the sky shooting down missiles and drones being launched from Iran. Our military is already directly involved. And if that's not bad enough, we are moving our ships closer to Iran. So, yeah, I hope that answers that question. Now, Trump is trying to tell Iran, hey, there's still time to negotiate, guys. You can still come to the negotiating table. It's not too late. And from the looks of things, things are way too late. Israel basically came in and wiped out all of their military command. They're attacking their air bases. They're attacking their nuclear sites. They attacked residential areas where some military officials and nuclear scientists lived. I don't think there's any going back from here. And right now, missiles are raining down on Tel Aviv. So I don't think there's any going back from here. I'll go ahead and make a prediction that within the next couple of weeks, we will be, I don't think we'll have boots on the ground, but I wouldn't be surprised if you see the U.S. Air Force carrying out airstrikes as well. And all of the military bases that we have around the Middle East, all of them are going to be targeted now. So pray for our troops that are stationed throughout the Middle East. most of which have nothing to do with this at all, but they're going to be dragged into this conflict one way or the other. For now, though, you guys let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next video.